Hi, good evening. I would like to speak with the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Why I am making this video is because I have a way to create 740 million jobs. 740 million jobs. First of all, um, every person needs to do therapy at least once a week. And a person, a doctor, a therapist can take care of more than 10 clients, 10 patients, however you want to call it. And those jobs will be given to men. Because today, a man, to get along with a woman, he has to be a therapist. He had to be a psychoanalysis, a neuropsychiatrist. He has to be very understandable to cure someone. That will bring us peace. And 740 million jobs can be prepared. You can prepare those people in 5 years. Now, if you study like I study in yeshiva from 8 in the morning to 8 p.m., 12 hours, short period of breaks, just to eat something light, because if you eat something heavy, you can't concentrate. And if you use that kind of discipline, you can study a lot in 5 years. A lot. You can study more than a person that studied part-time in university in 10 years. And men cannot be dumb. There's no place for dumb men in this world. There's no place. Women can do whatever they want because they manage to. That's the reality. If I against or if I'm in favor, it doesn't make any difference, because I don't create realities in this world. I just create that reality that I'm offering 740 million jobs in the world in mental health. I am a number one mental health. I'm going to get Nobel Prize for medicine because there's nobody competing for medicine, Nobel Prize in my category. Yeah, other category, yes, not my category. And the my category is going to save more people than anybody else. And this month we are fighting. It's the month that we fight suicide. And for all the people, all the men, I just treat men because I know more how to treat men than anybody else. I treat all men, not only heterosexual men. I treat gay men, trans. I treat everybody, but I have 100% success in treating people who want to kill themselves. People who want to commit suicide do not want to kill themselves. They want to kill the pain. And there's a lot of ways that you can do it. There's a lot of ways you can do it. And it doesn't happen all of a sudden. It started from very young. You don't want just to kill yourself all of a sudden. Many things happen before you want to kill yourself. And I know how it works. And I know how to disassemble this like a bomb. Because I was a bomb technician in the Israeli army, and I was a engineering, battle engineering, war engineering, fighting engineering. And I think that only people who have solution, only those who have solutions can speak up. Only those can speak up. We're not interested in people trying to understand or say they don't understand or give their opinion. I'm not interested in any opinion. People are not allowed to give opinions in internet. They're not allowed to give opinions. Because their opinions can become true, even though it's not true. When I went to the Supreme Court of Brazil, I wanted to be a journalist. They asked me, to be a journalist, you have to go to university 4 or 5 years. So I don't want to go. I can't sit. I cannot sit with people who don't understand anything about anything, and I want to be a journalist. So they tell me, prove your case. So I came out of the license. Because journalists, if they are not physicians, if they are not lawyers, if they are not engineers, administrators, computer science, they cannot understand just giving an interview what the person really says. They cannot understand. So, what I need support, world support, not just Brazilian and United States support. Women don't have to worry about men being successful. Women don't have to worry about men getting all the best jobs, making more money, which is not true, because Donald Trump make $1 a year, Jair Bolsonaro make $50,000 a year, but Angela Merkel make 350,000 euro. So, who's making more money? Who's making money? And it's easier to run Germany than running the United States, than running Brazil. So, women have to accept that men are more smart. If we accept that they are more beautiful, and we prefer their company, we buy them things, we dance with them, we make love with them, we do everything with them, they have to accept that you are smarter. The history says that. And nobody can come and say that women didn't have the opportunity, didn't have the chances. No, men didn't have the chances. They went to war. They went to work. Work was dangerous. People die. There are 5-4 times more women than men in history. Everybody knows that. Now, the only way women will accept that men is smarter if they let him study by themselves. If women say that they are smarter, let's separate the schools and see who gets better results. We have now a virus, a Chinese virus that was created in laboratory by woman, Colonel General Chamay, something like this. Everybody who creates a virus has the antivirus. But China has a way of thinking. They have a book called The Art of Sun Tzu. Now, everyone who makes a book explaining how they're gonna fight, they already lost the fight. They already lost the fight because in a war you have to surprise the enemy. They cannot predict what you're gonna do because then you're gonna lose. That's the first principle of our Israeli army. That's the first principle. Now, if China thinks they're gonna dominate the world, nobody wants to work for Chinese. Nobody wants to work. Only the Chinese. They don't have a choice. There's 700 million Chinese that are practically worse than slaves in America. Slaves in America had better life than Chinese today. So we are coming together, all the fathers in the world. I am a president of United Fathers of the World, and I'm going to create 700 million jobs just in therapy, just in medicine, and times of peace will come because a woman doesn't think, I'll get a job, I will support a man, I'll make a man happy, I will produce enough for my kids, my son will be a winner man. No, a woman cannot educate a boy. That's not for a boy. She can do that. A boy imitating the mentality, a woman mentality, is not going to be a winner. It's not going to be a winner. Men have to be men. Women have to be women. And a kid has to be a kid. Oh, that's passé. That's not in fashion anymore. Oh well, if you think that there's something new in the world, well, you didn't study history. You didn't study any history. There's nothing new in this world. All the Roman soldiers were homosexual. That's why they got so strong. They didn't have kids. They didn't need women. They didn't get upset with women. They didn't suffer from women. And they run the world. They run Europe. The Sacrum Romanum, Sacrum Romanum Empire, Germanum. It's the Sacred Roman German Empire, because Germany was created in 1871 and Italy 1870. Beforehand, it belongs to the Romans. The Romans today are the Italian. But look at the Googles, and you're gonna see the history of Europe. That's why Latin. Everybody uses Latin. Some Eastern countries use the Cyrillic alphabet. but Latin is very meaningful and very important in all languages. You can speak Japanese, but you can write in Roman Jin. You can write in Latin. You can speak Chinese, but you can use pinyin, write in Latin. There are Semitic language in Malta that they use Latin. It's a Semitic language. You're supposed to use Hebrew or Arabic. The most spoken language in Africa is Swahili, in one of the most famous Bantu languages. And you can write in Latin or in Arabic, because that's the second used alphabet in the world. It used to be very hard to write Arabic, but now with the computer and the cell phones, you just need to know the letter, the connection, which is the hardest thing to do. It does by itself. And today we're very close to each other because we have computers that do the translation for us right away, even better than humans. So I have that purpose in that video to say that we can increase 700 million jobs in this world, taking care of men, women, and of families. And that's for real. You don't need much money to teach and give away information. You don't need so much. You don't have. Today in Brazil, you want to study medicine, you pay 11,000 real. The minimum wage is 1,000. Nobody can study and pay so much money. If you have three kids, it's going to be a huge amount of money. Even if you have one kid, how many people make more than 5,000 real in Brazil? How many people? 80% of people don't make more than 5,000 real. 80%. So 80% cannot study medicine. So if we give free studies through the internet, it's just things that you have to read. And once a month and going and take an exam, see if you really understand, you really remember, and you can only apply things that you know and remember and you understand. So here is a way toward peace, world peace. I'm also a candidate for a peace Nobel Prize because I restored the peace in Libya in 2011. It's all over the newspaper. Okay, and why I want to make peace? Because I've been fighting all my life. I'm tired. I'm over 60 years old. I saw a lot of horrible things, and you can't forget horrible things. You just have to know how to live with them. You can't forget terrorist attack and scenes and terrible things that happen. You can't forget. You have to learn how to live with what you see. So you have to learn to live. You have to prepare to live in this world. If we compare truth to a color like white, Snow White, if you're prepared for the snow, you can throw snowballs, you can ski, you can do a lot of things. Create art, you can have fun. Now, if you're not prepared for the snow, you're gonna freeze to death. You actually die. That's how truth is. You have to prepare. First of all, you have to prepare children for the truth. then you have to tell them the truth. Otherwise, you're gonna mess up with their brains. You're gonna mess up with their lives. They're never gonna be happy. People think that United States, actually people jealous of the United States because they think United States people have more things. So they think they are happier because they have more things. Well, the true success in life is to get the things and the emotions that money can buy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have such rich people killing themselves. I'm very sad that Michael Jackson, William Robbins, Whitney Houston, Prince, Elvis Presley, I wasn't alive then. Well, I wasn't alive then. Marilyn Monroe killed themselves because I could help them. I could understand why they want to kill themselves. When started that process, it's a process. People don't kill themselves just because one thing happened. A lot of things happening. And we need more professional administration, but nobody can do it by itself. Nobody. I cannot do it by myself. I need Donald Trump. I need Jair Bolsonaro. I need Macron. I need Boris Johnson. I need Vladimir Putin. Vladimir in Russian means world's owner, the owner of the world. Yes. well, he is the owner of Russia. Well, we know that, and we know that he's the richest billionaire. Yeah, we have also trillionaires. They're not coming out and say, and I want everybody to know that they're trillions. The Forbes know, the billionaires don't know who is a trillionaire. It's a very dangerous, because there's a lot of people that are desperate for money, and they will probably hurt you some way. So I also have a new coin. It's not a Bitcoin. It's not a digital coin. That will give you the Nobel Prize of Economics, because I will increase the money in this world. That will increase the money value, valor real. I tried to do it with the president of Brazil in '94, but he chose Lula to be the president. So I didn't continue. I didn't give the whole program, and it wasn't my program to stop inflation. That was Israeli program that was important to Brazil and Argentina. But Argentina right now sold itself to communism. Communism, which is not communism. This is just a government that wants to do everything to get rich. That's extreme capitalism. And Farrakhan, I have a shirt that I bought. It said, "There is no capitalism without slavery," and that exactly what's happening in China. Because that's when the capitalism is extreme. Because capitalism is supposed to make everybody happy. Of course, not everybody is rich and not everybody is happy. Of course. To make everybody rich It's almost impossible. So we have to have plans to take care of the poor, the needy, the not intelligent, the sick people. We have to have programs. So then we have peace. Now, what the black people did in the United States, because one guy got killed because he had the coronavirus, or they forced his neck, or they hate him, or they were afraid of him. Well, it didn't help the black people. You cannot ask for mercy and then show that you have no mercy. They invaded a lot of stores, or poor people who have to go every day to work and sell, so they can pay the bills, they can pay the merchandise. What they did made everybody hate them. What they did made people North American believe that the blacks in the United States, they're not American. How can you say you're American and you burn your country, burn your flag? That doesn't make sense. If you don't make sense, who's going to be on your side? Who's going to be on your side? Oh, they are prejudice. Everybody's prejudice. Everybody choose something. You can't choose everything. Your man want to marry a person, whether he's black, whether he's white, whether he's Chinese, whether he's Jewish, whether he's Indian. You can't marry somebody that is everything. You can't marry more than one person. Everybody makes choices. Everyone has preferences. Now, racism, racist, everybody is racist. Everybody is racist. Now, there are things you can do, there are things you cannot do. Everybody wants a kid who's smarter, who's taller, who's richer, who's happier, who looks better. Everybody wants to better his race. Now, killing people that don't belong to your race, this is not allowed. That's it. Nobody's going to be in favor of this. So to fight against racism, you cannot do something wrong to the police and say the police is wrong. You don't expect that the police will become a neuropsychiatric, to be a psychoanalyst, a lawyer, a physician. The country doesn't have money to hire big, great professionals to be a police. Who wants to be a police? Nobody. Nobody wants a police. But we have to have a police. In LA riot, they threat the police not to come out of their police department. Look what happened to the city. Look what happened to the city. Everybody who feel fear, what do? They call the police. Now, the police has a method of job. Don't expect the police to be geniuses. They have a method, they have a discipline to follow. You cannot hold a gun, and when the police tell you drop the gun, you point the gun at the police. The police will shoot you. This is what expected the police to do. No, they shoot only blacks. That's a lie. That's a lie. They shoot everybody. The police in LA, they shoot and kill 3,000 people yearly. And most of them are not blacks. So, blacks cannot make people be afraid of them and then complain why people are afraid of them. This is mental. This is a mental problem. People have more mental problems they are not taking care of. They don't take care of the problems. Every time that you say somebody else is wrong, look how many fingers are pointing at you. You put one finger, 3 fingers are pointed at you. Look. So let's study more. In the carnival, people took Jesus and dressed him like a drag queen. They insult all the religions doing so. Because Jesus was a Jewish. He was born Jewish, died Jewish. He never read the New Testament. The New Testament was written in Greek koine. There's no J in Greek. There's no J letter in Hebrew, Aramaic. Excuse me. Jesus came from David's house. And Muhammad and David have the same father, Abraham. I believe that these acts of slandering Jesus in the carnival caused this Chinese virus. Happened in Brazil. You can't go against God, whether you believe in God or not. We have a historian that talk about our religions, but he said he doesn't believe in any religion. That's very sad that he said that, because even the devil believes in God. Devil came here to destroy, rob, and kill. I do not believe in the devil, because he is at least a liar. Now, when God commands, when he gives an order, even the devil obeys. Now, somebody who doesn't believe in God, somebody who put religious people in concentration camp like in China, they expect to rule the world. Well, they are sick. They are sick. I don't call people crazy, lunatic. I don't call by names, because mental illness have names, and every illness have a treatment, has a special treatment, and you have to be very careful, because in medicine, what saves one person can kill another person. This is not exact science. It's not mathematics. So we have to work together. Now that we have the internet, 1.5 billion people are internet. Well, that's not enough. I want everybody to have internet. I want to speak with everybody. I want to hear everybody. That's how we solve problems. Let's hear everybody. And if they are wrong, we can prove that they are wrong. A smart person doesn't have to beat anybody, doesn't have to kill anybody, doesn't have to put anyone in concentration camp, doesn't have to shoot anybody. Just speak. Just speak logically, common sense. Show proofs. We have a historian here who calls himself a historian. He said that the Jews, that's why I'm wearing this shirt, that they are son of a bitch. They're all son of a bitch. He said that a Jew is only a Jew if his mother or her mother was a Jew. Because you couldn't know who is the father. You always know who is the mother, but you don't know who is the father. Well, a mother, a woman doesn't know who the father is. She's a hooker. He's a bitch. This is in all societies. What kind of thing is that to say in the internet? He called all the Jews son of a bitch. Now, we all know through the Bible that always you talked about someone saying that he is a son of. He is son of. Isaac is from Abraham. Jacob is a son of Isaac. It goes by the father, not by the mother. Because men used to have a lot of women. There's a lot of wars going on in history. There's not enough men. For one woman, there's 10. For 10 men, 10 women, there was one woman, one man for every 10 women. That's why a man married a lot of women. If it was by the religion was by the mother, and the time of Solomon the king, that's it. The religion, Jewish, ended right there, because he had 600 wives that were not Jewish, another 300 concubines that were not Jewish. So he said he's a historian, but even history, he didn't study. He didn't make his homework. Those are the kind of professors that we have in university. Usually in Brazil, you want to be a professional, you can't get a job, you go to work for the government. The government don't think you're good enough. What they do, you go to teach in the universities. That's why in Brazil only 6% went through university. Well, today, for me, who a person who doesn't go to university, well, is a retirement. You can't live without a higher education. You can't live. You can't do anything without knowing the law. You can't take care of yourself if you don't know anything about health. If you're bad with numbers, you can't keep your money. And today we have a way that we can study one doctorate degree, a second, a third, a fourth. You can study. You just study enough to have a dissertation, and then you go in front of people. We're going to make questions, and if you're able to answer them, you're going to get a degree. You're going to get a PhD. Science degree is a little bit harder because you have to be a scientist. Not overnight, you're going to be a scientist. When I was in the United States, I used to read books and make a resume and give and sell to people. Because people buy books and they don't read them. They have 300, 400 books at home and they don't read those books. So they pay me to take a book and write all the important things in 2 pages. Because if you read a book, you're only gonna remember what is important. So I put it in 2 pages. So now you have 600 books at home, and you read all of them. You know all of them. What the essence? What are the important things? That's why I read so much books, so many books. I read so much. I read so much and I read so many books in different languages. Now, language problem is that if you don't use it, you lose it. Sometimes it takes me time to change the language because I have to think in the same language that I am speaking, and I have to change everything because the sociology is different, the philosophy is different. When you study a language, you study everything. You study culture, you study philosophy, you study medicine. Everything is different. It takes time. You have to prepare yourself. But it's very fun to speak with everybody, to be able to speak with everybody, to think that people are not that different. Once you speak with everybody, you see that people have a lot in common. If we got to learn only what we have in common in all religions, we're gonna need 300-400 years to study what we have all in common. But people concentrate on the differences and they start hating and fighting and have those paranoia, those phobic feelings. And it's even worse when they make laws of homophobic, gay phobic. You can't sue anyone that's afraid. The fear itself, it's an involuntary emotion. How can you make a law like this? And who makes the law? It's in Congress. You don't make a law in court. Brazil doesn't have jurisprudence. Brazil have laws. United States have jurisprudence, but also have laws. But every case has his particularity, has his facts that are not the same like the other cases. Nothing is the same. When I give you a glass of water, if you drop that glass of water, I can give you an equal glass of water. The same glass I cannot give to you because you dropped it. You're not going to drink from the floor. People have to understand the difference between the same thing or equal. Equals is not the same thing. It's not the same. It's not a synonym. It's not. Everybody's different. That's why everybody has a different DNA. For 170 billion people that live in this planet, nobody had the same DNA. No one. Even RNA. So people are pushing to get more, creating feelings of guilt. Well, everybody in this world wore slaves. Everybody was slaves. You didn't have a union. You didn't have middle class. And when people were slaves, they were slaves of very rich people. They had everything they need. Everything they need. Better than today. The food was only organic. All the clothes were real, 100% cotton, 100% silk, 100% linen. They were healthier. They were healthier. Nobody touched them. They were secured. They belonged to rich people. They belonged to powerful people. Things were better for everybody. A slave in America and in Brazil cost too much. That's why it stopped. Because a slave doesn't have a profession. An unqualified person costs more than he or she produces. And how labor was given to the man. Women didn't work hard. They were not that strong. Men worked harder. Now today, most of the people cannot get what a slave had. Cannot get, how do you say it? Security? Who has security? Health? Even if you pay a good health plan, they don't have good doctors. Because the good doctors of Brazil, they leave Brazil to make more money in Europe, United States, Canada. The food, full of that venom, full of pesticides. No taste, because it's get ripe after they pick it up, not on a tree. Clothes, we don't have clothes who are real anymore. This shirt that I'm wearing, it's not cotton, it's not linen, it's not silk, it's made out of oil. And if you sweat in this shirt, it doesn't smell good. It smells very bad. Yes, but a slave could not have a lot of money. They were not rich, but they lived with rich people, almost the same life. They just had to work. And from the beginning of the world, what was the punishment for Adam? Now you're gonna work for your living. And a woman got also punished. You're gonna go through labor to have child. But men invented a medicine that a woman doesn't have to suffer. What woman did for men? What woman make easier for men during these 6,000 years that the world exists in Jewish calendar? What did she do? How she make easier for men? She didn't make anything easy for men. Just harder. So this is the month we fight. We professionals. I have other professionals too. thank God for that ability, because usually the most a person can be, it's good in one profession, or number one in one profession. What I did is impossible to be number one in many professions. That's impossible. And since everybody gets the same package from God, if they give you too much in one thing, you get too little for the other things. So when it comes to luck, I have the worst luck. I don't know anybody has a bad luck or had such a bad luck that I have in my life. So I don't depend on luck. I don't like luck, and I don't expect any luck. For me, there's no miracles when it comes to my doing. Of course, there's only two ways to live this life. Whether you don't believe in any miracles, and God just give you what you deserve, or a second way of living is that everything on that earth, it's a miracle. So, of course, I believe in miracles, but also I believe that if I do something wrong, God will punish me. God will not thank me if I'm doing something that doesn't like. And He's not going to thank me if I treat one of His sons or daughters bad. And that's here I'm finishing my video, my talk to Bolsonaro and Donald Trump. I also have a video where I speak French to Macron, because French people don't like to hear anybody when they don't speak their language. And I have some videos speaking with Vladimir Putin. I have that ability because I was invited and I accept to be one of the academic generals of International Academy of the Cossack, and with the rank of academic general. And I hope that more people will believe in that institute and show up so we can talk. We can talk. What makes us better than animals is that we can talk. We have a language. I can teach you how to talk with somebody else. I can teach you a language. I cannot teach you how to speak with a camel, with a snake. What we are so much better than animals. Animal can fight better than humans, can defend themselves better. Don't touch money. Money is the most filthiest thing that exists. It's a claw. Everybody touch money without cleaning their hands. And that's why we Jewish, we invented the credit card. And the credit card, you're the one you can touch. It's the owner of the credit card. They don't pay for sex. Rarely they kill their own kind. So what makes us so superior? Because we have a language. We can talk, we can hear other people, we can understand other people. Now, when we don't talk, we are worse than animals. Worse than animals. We have to have a conversation, and to live in peace, we have to speak a lot. A lot. And we have to speak about everything. and we have to have some respect for science, because opinions are not science. What you understand from something has to do with your ability to understand the science. So that's it. That's my message for the month of the prevention, the fight against suicide. And I hope people will use it for their good. So here's I'm asking you to give your like, follow me, your restriction, and thank you for listening. You're very kind. Thank you.